Did you know that Zoro the swordsman, who's faced death more times than we can count, might have actually died during the raid on Onigashima? What if I told you that the Grim Reaper Zoro saw wasn't just a hallucination, but a sign from something darker, something otherworldly? But before we dive deep into this spine-chilling theory, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join Otaku Frequency, the home for every mysterious, legendary, and mind-blowing One Piece theory. Now, let's uncover the truth behind Zoro's eerie encounter with the Grim Reaper and what it could mean for the final war of One Piece. Let's rewind to the Wano arc. Zoro has just defeated King, pushing himself to the absolute brink. His body's broken, bleeding, barely holding on. Chopper gave him a drug Miyagi special one that heals you instantly, but in exchange, you suffer double the pain afterward. Moments later, in one of the most mysterious panels in One Piece history, we see him. A shadowy figure, skeletal, cloaked, holding aside the Grim Reaper, and he's standing right over Zoro. Was this just Zoro hallucinating from pain, or was it death itself, coming to collect? Eiichiro Oda doesn't draw things for no reason. Every detail, every panel, every shadow matters. So why show the Grim Reaper, a Western symbol of death, in Wano, a land rooted in samurai and Eastern traditions? This wasn't the first time we've seen death personified in One Piece. Brook's entire existence revolves around the soul and the afterlife. Could the Grim Reaper Zoro saw be tied to the same forces that gave Brook life again? Zoro's connection to the spiritual realm might be stronger than we think. Let's not forget this isn't Zoro's first encounter with death. Remember Thriller Bark? Zoro was willing to sacrifice his life to protect Luffy. He took in all of Luffy's pain and survived. But pain, death, and sacrifice have followed him ever since. Even in Skypiea, he talks to his swords like they're living things. And in Eni's lobby, he unleashes a demonic form, never explained, never repeated until now. Could all of this point to Zoro's body and soul existing on a thin line between the living and the dead? Here's where it gets deep. What if Zoro isn't just a strong swordsman? What if his bloodline is tied to death itself? Zoro's from Shimotsuki village, a place founded by Wano samurai. We now know Zoro may be a descendant of the Shimotsuki clan, but what if there's more? What if his true ancestor was not just a samurai, but a god of death worshipper or warrior monk? The Grim Reaper could be a spiritual test or manifestation of Zoro's soul being judged. Or worse, it could be a Reaper spirit bound to his cursed sword, Enma. Remember, Enma is the blade that tests your soul. It draws out your Haki, your life force. What if drawing Enma too much draws the attention of death itself? There's one swordsman in One Piece who fought after death, Ryuma, the legendary samurai. And Zoro's spiritual doppelganger, his body was reanimated, but his sword, Shasui, remained sacred. Ryuma fought death itself to protect Wano. Could Zoro be walking the same path? Ryuma's spirit may now live through Zoro, guiding him or warning him. The Reaper Zoro saw could have been Ryuma's shadow. Or maybe Zoro briefly died, maybe he crossed the veil and was sent back. What if the Grim Reaper isn't the end but the beginning of something much bigger? Zoro has always been the one to walk beside death. His calm resolve, his lack of fear, he may be destined to face death head-on again. Oda may have foreshadowed that Zoro will play a crucial role in the final war, not just as a fighter, but as someone who defies death itself. What if Zoro becomes death's enemy? In a world where souls, wills, and gods exist, Zoro might one day cut through death itself. So why did Zoro see the Grim Reaper? It could have been a hallucination, or it could be something far more terrifying, a message. A warning, a hint at his destiny. Zoro may not just be walking the path of a swordsman. He may be walking the line between life and the afterlife and the Grim Reaper. He's watching, waiting, maybe next time Zoro won't wake up. What do you think? Is Zoro cursed, blessed, or something else entirely? Follow for more.